My name is Andrew, or Lonely Tent Productions on YouTube and Instagram, and this is the Battle of Khe Sanh from the Vietnam War.
Awesome. So I love this layout here. There's so much going on. If you just want to kind of take us through the details and how this is laid out.
All right, so the build is 10 base plates in total, 2x5 base plates, and basically I wanted to try to capture as much of the battle as possible. So that meant condensing it a little bit. Usually this space would be a little bit larger between the mountains and the trenches. But so right here we have the NVA position, or the North Vietnamese Army. And basically what they were doing is they would shell the U.S. military base from inside the mountains, on top of the mountains, and then they would also try to attack by the ground. So you can see that right here, they're coming out of their tunnels and they're going to try to attack the trench. And then basically we just have, in the trench here, some U.S. Marines defending it. I put in some lights. There's battery boxes scattered around to try to emulate them firing. Yeah, and then we have a couple vehicles here. We have an M113 armored personnel carrier. Basically what this would do is carry supplies and troops to the front to help them defend. And then up here we have a UH-1D Huey Helicopter. I tried to motorize it. I have a motor down below on the ground right here, and I can control it with my train remote. And basically what they would do is, in the battle, they would swoop down lower and drop off supplies to them, like ammunition, medical supplies, that kind of stuff, to help them keep running. And back here we just have some U.S. artillery. Once they found out where the North Vietnamese Army was, they just shelled, the entire mountains. And then right here we just have a supply shack, U.S. Marines carrying stuff out to the artillery. And then back here, inside the mountain, I have little cutouts, because back here they had a whole cave system hooked up, so the North Vietnamese would be able to go to the trenches and attack, or they'd be able to shell from inside the caves. So I just tried to show that in my mock.
Yeah. So even some extra added details in the back of the mountain. That's always neat there as well.
Yeah, I tried to do it at least. The inside isn't as best as I wanted it to be, but it's hard with all the rock work to get an interior and an exterior.
Mm-hmm. So then take us through the trench in kind of the middle of the build here, because you had to kind of build up around that area. So what was that like for you?
All right, so the trench was a bit of an experiment. I did a technique where I would use plates put on their sides, so studs not on top. And I do like how it came out. Instead of just having bricks stacked on top of each other, that would look blocky. I think that this looks more fluid and more realistic. Basically, I just tried to make it, not too chaotic, but chaotic enough to show that there was a battle going on. I looked at a lot of photos. Everywhere you can just see ammo crates and stuff. These are the brown boxes. You can just see in the photos, you can see so much just artillery shells, all the supplies that they needed to keep fighting. The battle lasted for 77 days, so it was pretty chaotic on the trenches.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And the minifigs are really amazing in here as well. So talk about what kind of parts you used on those minifigs.
Okay, so these minifigs, the torsos and legs, are from the Lego City Volcano Explorers. They had nice olive green body parts that came in handy for making these. Some of them I just kept with the printing on them because they looked realistic enough. But then some others were Brickmania stickers and Roegland's Customs decals, which really helped a lot to make it look real.
Yeah. Well, the whole build is so impressive. I love how you've depicted the Battle of Khe Sanh here, so I'm glad you were able to bring it out to the show, and thanks for telling me about it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.